Welcome to Kim's Podcast, the podcast where we take a closer look at historical ideas and challenge conventional narratives. In this episode, we will further examine the insightful ideas of one of history's most fascinating thinkers, Ibn Khaldun. We will explore how his groundbreaking theory of history differs from the Eurocentric modern approach, providing us with a unique lens to view the past and perhaps even the present. When most of us study history, we're often conditioned by the modern Eurocentric viewpoint. This perspective tends to focus on a linear progression. This is one where societies advance in stages from primitive to civilized, culminating in an industrialized modernity. Think of the Enlightenment, the Industrial Revolution, and the rise of Western imperialism as the apex of this narrative. It's often painted as a story of progress driven by reason, technology, and cultural superiority. But Ibn Khaldun's approach couldn't be more different. Writing in the 14th century in the Muqaddimah, his introduction to world history, Khaldun rejected the idea of history as linear or solely progressive. Instead, he saw history as cyclical. So what does that mean? Let's break it down. For Ibn Khaldun, history is not about societies constantly improving. Instead, it's about the rise and fall of civilizations, driven by the deeper social, economic, and moral factors. Central to his theory is the concept of asabiyya, or social cohesion. He argues that this cohesion is the glue that holds societies together. When a group, often a nomadic or tribal society, possesses a strong asabiyya, it can unite, conquer, and establish a thriving state or dynasty. But here's the catch. Success brings luxury, and luxury breeds complacency. Over time, the ruling elite lose the very solidarity that brought them to power. Corruption, inequality, and decadence creep into the fabric of their society, and the civilizations begin to decline. Eventually, it's replaced by a new group with stronger asabiyya, and the cycle begins again. Now, compare this with the Eurocentric modern approach. Modern historiography often revolves around what's called scientific progress, emphasizing the idea that certain regions, especially Europe, advance more rapidly due to superior ideas, systems, or cultures. This view tends to gloss over the interconnectedness of civilizations and the contributions of non-European societies. Khaldun, on the other hand, saw no single society or culture as inherently superior. He understood that wealth and power were fleeting, and that civilizations in decline could be replaced by other regardless of geography. He emphasized external and internal factors equally, like trade, environment, and political corruption. In contrast, Eurocentric approaches have historically sidelined these dynamics, attributing change primarily to great men or technological breakthroughs. Here's another key difference. Khaldun wasn't just interested in chronicling events. He wanted to explain why they happened. You could call him one of the first sociologists. He pioneered the study of how economics, environment, and group psychology shaped the rise and fall of states. For instance, Khaldun noted that the agricultural societies and urbanized societies were more prone to decline because they fostered economic inequality and dependency, unlike the self-sufficient and egalitarian nomadic groups that often replaced them. It's interesting to note how different this perspective is from the Eurocentric focus on urbanization and industrialization as indicators of progress. So why does this matter today? For one, Ibn Khaldun's ideas remind us that history isn't a straight line. It's a complex, interconnected web. Civilizations rise and fall not because one is inherently better, but because of shifting social and material conditions. His theory challenges us to move away from triumphalist narratives and consider history in its full, messy complexity. More importantly, Khaldun's focus on social cohesion is particularly relevant in today's context. So let us reflect on our modern societies. Are we witnessing a resurgence in asabiyyah, or is asabiyyah declining? It's essential to examine whether wealth, luxury, and complacency are eroding the very foundation of the systems we've built. Such reflections can lead us to constructive conversations about how to strengthen our communities and foster greater solidarity. Ibn Khaldun's ideas, even though centuries old, serve as a powerful reminder of the enduring cycles that shape human history. They inspire us to look beyond the limits of Eurocentric perspectives and expand our understanding of the world. That's all for today's episode of Kim's podcast. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode, please share and subscribe for more deep dives into history's untold stories. Also, don't forget to like and leave a review. As always, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep seeking wisdom. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, take care.